Welcome everybody. Happy Thursday to everybody that's watching. We're really excited to be here for our first actual full send off of the podcast for Moo Marauders and myself, Duran, and everybody knows Chris as well. So we're pretty excited. We've changed the days. We're actually dropping these on Thursdays instead of Tuesdays, simply for the fact that our community nights are Thursdays as well. So if we feel like it's a good segue to get people excited to play games that night. So we'll kind of jump right in. So everybody knows that Capcom Cup just happened. I definitely don't think anybody had on their bingo card Ume winning, especially with Juri, and I played Juri. So episode 00, I was complaining about Juri, and of course it blows up in my face, and Juri proceeds to win $1 million.
Apparently, I should
So,
complain more, maybe.
right. Complain more. Give her some more love. I'm honestly concerned that she won now, and Capcom's gonna be like, she's really good. We need to nerf her, but we'll get to that later. So before we jump into things, Chris and I had a little bit of fun, and we made predictions before Capcom Cup. Chris's predictions were much better than mine. I kind of went Homer a little bit. Of course, I picked Mena to win it all because I felt like he was the most solid pick. The dude's won it twice. He's been playing his ass off all year. And then my two Homer picks was Nephew because he plays Juri and I watch him a ton. And then Snake Eyes, and I think that was. I'm not even a Geef fan. Everybody that knows me knows I don't like Geef. I don't play Geef. I will say he's a lot better in 6, and they gave me reasons to play him in 6. So. But I think it was more of the American. He was the underdog in a group full of DJ killers, and mine did not go well. I had 2 in top 16 though, so I was very excited for that. So I'll let Chris speak to his picks.
Love the thing. So I called Kusa. Kusanagi's been a homie for a long time, so I had that insider information. I knew how good he was in everything he touches, and how good he was in Street Fighter 5 when we played in Street Fighter 6, and Melty Blood, Evo medalist, by the way. And so I knew him going in, and I looked at his pool, and I was like, that pool looks winnable. So I had him coming out of pools. I had Gachi-kun winning it all, and honestly, maybe if Kusanagi does his job and he finishes off Kwano, Gachi-kun doesn't play 2 Lukes in a row. He plays Kusanagi, and then he plays Chris Wong. Chris Wong doesn't have the extra information that he just saw from a really good set. Maybe. But then I did have my little Nick Wright take. I had Ending Walker coming out of his pool. Unfortunately, didn't do that, but he made it interesting, and partly his making it interesting is why the birds didn't make it out. So I was like,
That's
so,
true.
you know,
I definitely didn't think anybody had neither of the birds making it out.
yeah, I don't think I like Big Bird's been. I don't want to say he's been flaky. It's just Big Bird hasn't going to a lot of tournaments per se. They've been say Angry Bird I think been like a little bit more, or you see him just place better, but it's like Big Bird won big early, and then since then he's been kind of middling. Angry Bird wins Evo. So between them two, I probably would have had Angry Bird coming out if I had thought of another person, but I was going with Ending Walker's gonna upset somebody and make his way out. And then besides that, I thought I did thought Do would do better as well. I thought he'd probably be top 8, but he didn't end up making it. But
Yeah, that,
overall,
that was crushing. That was like when Dew lost, I was like, that's it for America. Just because, I always cheer for America just because like every other country's been so dominant in Capcom Cup. And I was hoping he could, be the first to win the Street Fighter 5 Capcom Cup, and it'd be really cool for him to be the first to win
yeah, but
Street Fighter
he
6
would
one.
become another 2-time in that case.
Yeah.
He
So
won
I
the
mean,
original, won the first one, and then won the first Street Fighter 6 one. That would have been a good story too.
yeah, agreed. So, I mean, Capcom Cup was definitely not a disappointment. There was a lot of matches that were just, I mean, it was crazy to watch, and people in group stages, and everyone's like, for a while there, people were complaining about, killer groups, and I'm like, dude, every group's killer groups. Like, there are, some groups that are definitely better than others, but it was like these are, what was it, 48 players, 48 of the best Street Fighter players in
Yeah.
the world.
I like that, I enjoy a little chaos, so I was 100% all for the totally random, especially like I know they want to like go off seeding, but even with seeding, okay, what if they go by seeding? You're gonna be upset if by points the birds have to play each other, like the
Yeah,
way like that. If that's the points, that's the point. So if you do this, this is between you and God, bro. And
right. Because they didn't even do points this year, right?
nah, it wasn't. It was completely randomized. They did the drawing. They
Like, you
put the
won the
balls.
tournament, and
Yeah, you were just in. Once you're in, you're in, and but you're the same as everybody else. And then they
yeah,
did the lotto with the names on the balls, and they pulled the ball. That's how it came out.
yeah.
I'm
I'm indifferent
personally,
on it. Like, I enjoy seeding just from a like NCAA basketball perspective,
mm,
because there's nothing hyper than watching, a two play of 15 and the 15 wins and everybody's like losing their mind kind of things.
I
But I
mean,
also
yeah,
enjoy the random, because this is
yeah,
basically the World Cup format. That's how World
yeah.
Cup is as well, where it's just random. Good luck.
Good luck and then go win, bro. For a million, like
Yeah,
for a million, it's essentially the lotto, bro. So why not?
yeah.
You made it
And that's the
here.
best thing about it.
Should be
Like,
able to be anybody.
I guarantee you nobody picked that top three. One of the servers I'm in, they ran like a contest and
Hmm.
did a cool where it was like predict the top three, and whoever got it right would have won a gift card. Not a single person guessed it right.
Yeah, like
So
I mean, all I had Gachikun and that was it, and because I
yeah,
had him winning. But outside of that, I didn't even like when I looked at because you know when we did the picks, I had to go look them up because I have not been paying attention because Street Fighter to watch has been pretty stale over the last probably like 3 4 months. So I haven't been paying attention to seeing everybody who's qualified. So maybe if I had paid attention, maybe I would have been like Uma's gonna do well. But
yeah,
and that's maybe, and that's the extent of that. Because like I said, I seen him on the ICFC, some streams there, and he's done well with those. So I knew who he was, but that was it. Like I wouldn't have looked at him and been like, oh, he's definitely winning. I probably would have been like, I would have been like, he's coming out of pools. That's probably.
right,
I'm not gonna lie to myself now that I have hindsight and be like I have him top eight because I don't think I would have. I would have been like, oh, he's a strong jury, but there are multiple strong juries. Like the reason I picked Gachikun because I feel like from what I've seen, JB is the only Rashid that is on the same level as Gachikun.
yeah,
So I've been like, Japan has Gachikun and that's it. But Gachikun, of course, he himself is trying to win this, so he's not gonna be like he's gonna have some
yeah.
stuff for
You
himself.
got to
So
save some tech. Yeah,
yeah, so I was like, no one else is gonna have that experience unless you're on the west coast of California, in California. So I was like, yeah, you're not gonna. He's gonna do well,
yeah,
and I had him to win it because of that reason. Jury, maybe I would have thought, hey, there's not too many strong jury players that I've seen in Asia, surprisingly. Like Yosan, the OG that you know for jury in Street Fighter 4, I haven't really seen him popping up. I think
yeah.
Mago's been mostly on Cammy. Um,
No, Mago's definitely been playing Jury, because I love Mago because it's Faye.
yeah,
So I'm a character fan. So like a lot of people I follow is like because the characters they play or the characters they've played in the past. Like Fudo, I'll always be a Fudo fan because he played Fei Long in Street Fighter 4. Mago, same thing. He's definitely been playing, but like I don't think anybody was playing her the same way that he was. And
mm,
watching Capcom Cup kind of proved that, because a lot of people weren't using Feng Shui Engine in that way. And
yeah, it was him and nephew. Like, and
yeah,
nephew was the one that I seen the original. He's been using feng shui since like the beta. He's been on.
yeah,
He been knew feng shui was going to be a thing, but and I don't think I see Justikit using it more now. But even then, he's tend to be pretty just excellent footsies and neutral type of version. Whereas nephew and Uma had the tech, and it just came down to Uma kept it solid because nephew did really well too. Nephew was looking real strong in his run. So I mean, well, I still don't have her top. I don't have her back top five. You did eventually get me for that. I don't have her top five. I have Chun Li taking her spot, and
yeah,
I think she's like in that high A tier. Right now we'll see. If they make any changes to her. I kind of feel like they won't. I feel like it'll be a top and out. They'll probably nerf a few things like didn't they? I didn't even look in the patch. Did she get to two? I know they said the crouching strong pushes away a little bit further in the build they were playing on. I don't know if that was in the patch notes. I don't think I recall reading that actually. But I feel like they'll do. She does her buttons need some nerfs, but I think they'll do like some button nerfs and then some buffs eventually when they get to that when they get to her. But I think she's around where she should be, but there should be some changes just to keep it fresh. There should, and I think like they'll do a couple of those type of things, and then but yeah, Juri coming in strong because
Yeah.
I'm trying to think was there two juries that qualified?
Yep.
They both made it out and made it
Yep.
top eight.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even like to make it there, but then to make it top 16, and
hmm
then I follow her like religiously, and I definitely didn't see two in the top 16. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's partly why I haven't been
Um,
paying attention. There's no Kimberly's made it, so
yeah, I get
Valmaster
it.
played
And
her
that,
once,
and
and I was
I feel
almost
like
messed up
COVID
my
really
pick
kind of
too.
killed. Right, right. I feel like COVID really killed the tournament scene a little bit. Like we only have like four big majors or tournaments. It feels like at this point, where it's like Combo Breaker, CEO, Evo,
Yeah, a
and
lot of
then a
the
few other.
like yeah, like basically if you weren't like a major, you kind of died off. So like I don't know if the pandemic I don't think did this, but like we used to have like final round. Used to be like kind of the start of the season. Actually, it used to be like the new game came out, and final round would be the first like major. So because that happened with Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, but final round hasn't been around in a year. Texas Showdown, I think is actually Texas Showdown is still there, but like Kumite in Tennessee isn't available. Isn't that's done now. Um,
Yeah,
there are no West Coast like majors at all, like SoCal regionals anymore. No Nocron regionals anymore. Um,
yeah,
yeah, like Seattle has Fight Kingdom, but I think they used to have another one that I can't remember now off the top of my head. But yeah, there's no like a lot of those regional ones that you got Combo Breaker, CEO, Evo. Maybe you put no, I don't even put CEO Taku in that area. That's kind of a smaller one. For like major, there I don't think there is one on the end of the year. It's yes, for the Americans it's pretty much Combo Breaker, CEO, Evo,
yeah.
and nothing else comes. Any
And they still have
C,
what is it, Summer Jam?
yeah, Summer Jam, but like that was always been kind of a smaller regional, like it's a like a mid-major type of thing. But it's not like always. It's never like as far as I know, it's never been like a everyone's coming to this the way Evo, Combo Breaker, and CEO are, and I think that's it. Like,
Yeah,
there's not another one that's like at the end of the year. It's like everyone's coming to this one. It's gonna be some. It's got to be some sort of event like a Capcom Cup or like the fit. Like I think Defend the North or one of those is later in that year, but that's the same thing. It's kind of like that's more of a regional. Not everyone's coming to that. Not everyone's like I got a plan for that one. So with yeah, that the when I think about it, it's literally just those three that are at that level. There's not another one that's at that level
yeah.
where like
Agreed.
thousands of people are coming. Like
Yeah, and it's weird too
yeah,
because like that man, I remember for a while there it was like a major every weekend. It felt like,
yeah, for
and
sure.
it was nuts. And now it's like every 3 months.
Yep.
Like, and then
And
you
even
know,
that, they're all Combo Breakers May, CEO's June, Evo is end of July this year.
yeah,
Yeah, like literally. So you got 3 months to get all the big stuff in,
yeah,
and then your year, like your year's not over, but like now, okay, do your regional stuff. Maybe you go to, if you're in the West Coast, you go to Arizona, or something like that.
yeah, yeah. And it's really weird too because from my understanding, based off of what I've been hearing or rumored, or Capcom Cup tour next year, it starts in June, and if that's the case, Combo Breaker won't even be in it.
Yeah, I think I saw Rick tweet specifically. He's like, Capcom Cup was so good that I can't even be upset right now that Combo Breaker is not a CPT event. So it's gonna be CEO. There'll probably be like specific CPT events, but CEO, Evo, and then the rest of them, if they do points again, we'll do like Defend the North or like yeah, but yeah, that's crazy to be like after July is whatever small thing you're gonna do. Like CEO
Yeah,
Otaku, Night of Climax of Shinobi does another one of those. Um, like your tech, like I don't know what Texas Showdown actually is, but like Texas
Texas
Showdown, like
Showdown
this.
is April, end of April,
Okay.
because David's going, and I'm thinking about going. Got
Mm.
to see if I can get time off, and even if I can't, I might go down and just work from the hotel that
Nice.
Thursday and Friday, kind of thing. I don't even know if I'll be playing in it,
Mm.
but I haven't gone yet, and I still haven't even gone to Houston yet. It's only a 4 hour drive, so it's one of those things where it's like, I do want to check it out.
Mm.
Maybe this is the time to go, because the problem is a lot of times I do these things and it's like I can't find, people to go with. Like, I know you said you had a Capcom Cup watch party, and I was literally telling Britt while I'm watching it was like I need to make more FGC
Yeah.
friends, because like Capcom Cup was happening and this is like Super Bowl level for FGC,
Bro, it
and
was it
it
was
was
so
me
big.
watching by myself on the
It
couch.
was funny because when Super Bowl, I went over to John's place and we watched Super Bowl, and that was me and Morgan and him and his lady.
Yeah,
I went to skills for Capcom Cup, and I'm like, I walk in, I'm thinking I'm gonna stay for like a couple hours because I'm thinking it's gonna be like I thought it was gonna be like me, him, CJ, and that was it. Like, so I think I was gonna say what's up, sit for a few, and be out. I go
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Mace is there. Halfro was there with his kids. Joe-san was there with his kids. CJ was there, and CJ and Dom were both there. So I'm like, oh, okay. I haven't seen Mace in literal years.
right,
Halfro just moved back, so I saw him for that half second that he was at Akazumi, but this is the first time
yeah.
we got to like actually no
Well, you were
see.
commentating too, and
Yeah.
bro, commentating takes
So
forever.
like I'm like dang. So next you know like Mace is here, got a drink, right?
Yeah,
And the tournament starts getting good, and we're over here. But yeah, like
yeah.
it was that meme. It was that. It was way hyper.
That's
It was
great,
hyper
man.
than watching the Super Bowl, and I hate Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it was exciting. So, but all that means is next time we gotta have the Discord watch party.
Right. Yeah, and the Fight Rise did that in their server. If you aren't a part of Fight Rise, like you should be, because they do a lot of really cool stuff. This is like general, not me speaking to Chris, because they just do a lot of really cool stuff. They had like a watch party, and I think they had like 10 plus people in there at one point in time just watching, cheering. And that was the server that did the kind of, if you can predict the top three,
Oh, nice, nice.
we'll win you a gift card or whatever. And I'm like, just little things like that. And like, as a member of our community, and we're trying to do stuff like that, like I'd be taking notes, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely next time, definitely, or not even like whatever next major or whatever. Yeah, definitely gotta plan a little something, a little
Yeah,
watch, just everyone jump into voice chat and
yeah, it'd be kind of cool. We
watch.
could even do a live feed of the watch party, where like maybe you have it at someone's house, people come over, and then you have a camera watching, and people can join chat and watch the stream while watching Capcom Cup, or
Yeah,
because we did that one year for QuakeCon.
yeah, we'll have to see what's up coming up this year because looking like so we'll get into it, but let's see, Evo was looking real expensive, so it
Yeah,
might be a the whole
don't
weekend
worry,
might be a
finals is
watch
all
party.
together. Yeah.
So
Finals is
yeah,
all together. Instead, your ticket's just $200 a person.
but I was gonna go to finals anyway.
Right.
I've been to one time. It was cool.
Yeah.
But I don't like yeah. So and
So
that's not the only thing, but yeah. But let's get back into the
yeah,
format.
to stay on track. So I think this is a good segue. That like I know a lot of pro players were upset by how the
Hmm.
pro tour went this year. As
Sure.
somebody that just kind of watches, I really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
And the reason is because the point system is cool, but let's be honest, the point system definitely favors the people that can travel a ton throughout the year. And a lot of the times it is those sponsored players. So it was really
Yeah.
refreshing this year to watch and get to see a lot of people that like we probably would never get to see normally,
Yeah. And they held their
kind
own
of
too.
thing.
That's the thing. Like a lot of I'm not me personally as a broke boy who is not sponsored. Um,
Yeah.
I was the same way. I was like, well, everyone gets a chance. The net code's really good. Now I agree. Some of the regions that they chose, I was like, But I think pretty much every region where we were like, what's going on, showed up and showed out. Like,
Yeah.
I was real skeptical of Travis Styles being the Oceania region. And
How could you? skeptical after that photo.
That photo didn't help for me, bro. I was even more so like, yeah, what's going on here? But he came through. If it weren't for my man Kusanagi there, he would have qualified. Um, so yeah, there were definitely some people, and I'm gonna say I didn't even know who Lashar was. So was
Yeah,
it was
same.
it think about him a year? So there were people where I'm like, huh, but and then a lot of people were upset that Japan didn't get more spots, but
Yeah,
at the same time, what happened at the last chance call? So,
yeah,
so it's what it came down to, everyone performed. I didn't see anyone that just looked booty butt cheeks. So
yeah.
I would of course like to see a bit more offline,
Agreed.
but I would probably like to see it like more open, because I don't want someone was like, let's say, the EU or whatever gets a shot. I don't want Tokido to be able to just fly and come beat a weaker region just
Right.
because he has the ability to come fly out. Like I want them to. So with in that situation, yeah, I
Yeah,
like
I would love to see them
that.
do something with like the smaller tournaments and like maybe you like do a point system for the smaller ones where it's
Mhm.
like if you've qualified at enough small tournaments, it gets you a spot into,
Yeah, like
Capcom
I would
Cup.
definitely like get you into a playoff or whatever, kind of like how they did with the difference between the online qualifiers versus the
Ooh, that'd be
online
cool.
ladder. Like I'd
Yeah,
like to see something like that. Oh, okay, now we're bringing you in and you get a shot to come play at the playoff versus
yeah,
necessarily getting an automatic into the Capcom Cup. But overall, I like this format and I do think there should be some tweaks. But overall, the format I think worked out, and you had the it definitely I think it did what they want to do, which is highlight the because now people are like I said, Uma maybe like again he had tournament results prior, but it was all online.
yeah,
If like yeah he went to offline events, but he stuff like that, but he wouldn't have qualified under that. So like he was able to, like I said, before Taiwan, only we knew Gamer B and that was it. And now
yeah.
we got another dude who's coming out and winning big. And yeah, I, this format we don't get him without this format. So as much as people are like, oh, and like the main people complaining are the top players, are
Yeah.
the top players and
And
the
I do get where
fringe
they're coming from because it
guys.
does suck where we miss like some of like the great players like Punk and
Yeah,
Tokido and but that's the point.
yeah,
Like
that's the point.
it's like
That's
sports.
should have won.
Like you could think your team's the best, and then bro, you trying to talk about playoffs, you didn't even get in.
I'm not trying to hate, but
Yeah,
it's like it's because I don't want to be like, oh, you please hate, but yes, you should have won.
yeah,
You don't get in for being fourth best, and
right. And
that's
this
how it
is
worked
like,
in this. That's how it worked in this situation. Like you just happen to be in this region, and Punk is amazing, and he kept getting second. And
yeah,
even at the last chance qualify, like he kept getting second. Should you qualify because you get second a lot, but you're amazing, or do you qualify because you got first?
yeah.
And
And this is
that's
not
it.
us like downplaying any of these players. All these
Nah.
players are absolutely amazing. We're not throwing shade or anything like that. Just pure ideas and what we liked and what we
Yeah.
didn't like. And it's funny because Ume kind of reminded me of Punk, where Punk kind of I don't remember what tournament it was, but like he was like this really good online player. He went
Hmm.
to the tournament and like beat Justin Wong in this tournament, and everybody was like, "Yo, who's this Punk? The God guy?" And kind of just came out of nowhere, and it
Yeah.
was kind of similar. So I mean,
Hmm.
that's what like esports should be. Like I want to see these people that we don't get to see on an everyday basis. You know, get a chance to win and play and things like that. So I thought that format was awesome, and like I would agree with you completely. Where we just need some tweaks.
Yeah, just some tweaks, I think, but overall, like the result, we got the result a good result. I feel like because of that, we got a diverse
Yeah.
top 16, top 8 because of that, that we wouldn't have got otherwise. So I'm with it. Make some tweaks because yeah, I feel like not necessarily because more people should be qualified or the right people didn't qualify, but more because as we just mentioned, that back half of the year as a tournament second is just Dunzo.
There's not a
So
lot. Yeah.
getting some like other like CPT spots to have like some excitement to build up and keep going as the year progresses going into Capcom Cup next year,
Hmm.
that I think that would be a good idea to
Yeah.
have a few 3 4 qualifier across the country or world or whatever, and be like, okay, we got some hype going to that year. Because honestly, I have not paid attention to a tournament from like October up until now
Yeah.
because of the
And I
entire
don't think it's
Capcom
going to
Cup.
get any better because I honestly thought they were going to start the next season sooner.
Hmm.
But from my understanding is the patch isn't even going to be out till May.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too.
So what are we going to be doing for the next 4 months?
Yeah, it's getting used to Ed,
Right.
getting used
Like
to
Red
Ed,
Bull
getting used to
Kumite
these
is coming up,
changes.
but it's like
Yeah,
it's
again,
cool. It's an awesome
invit-
tournament, but it's like
invitational, so it's
yeah,
and that's all. And those are always a kind of between clout and like because it's been so online this year, it's kind of like, oh, you bring your usual suspects, the same people we've been seeing all year. Oh, cool. Like it's like you don't want to, you got to shake some things up, but at the same time you got to balance the familiar and the new stuff. So when you're getting this and then you're like, well, so right now the only intrigue is, okay, let's see how much these changes affect the turnaround. How much is this gonna affect the fact that JP got nerfed? Not, I'm not gonna say a ton, but significant nerf on
yeah,
JP. How's that affect? How's Ken's nerf affect him at
yeah,
all? Does the extra 3 frames really a big deal on Luke? Like we'll see. So that could change it up, but yeah, it's like everyone's waiting for Akuma, waiting for the big balance chat. So it does feel like
yeah.
it took a big break, and then we got all these new games coming out. So everyone like Capcom Cup overall, I think was pretty decent, but there are a lot of things to fix. Way too long. The audio was trash.
Yeah, it was
The
really
same
bad.
JP theme all the time. Like
I heard
LCQ,
it was even worse in the venue.
like
Like they were literally just playing the JP theme the
yeah.
entire
A week
time
between
at the
LCQ
venue.
and Capcom Cup, the actual Capcom groups being so long that, and in the middle of the weekday, so people weren't able to watch.
Dude, I didn't even know
Um,
it started. Like I was
yeah,
at work and like I got a notification on my phone at like 3 in the afternoon.
dude,
Like
yeah.
Group A started, and I'm like, dog, it's
No,
Wednesday
no
or Tuesday.
presentation ceremony. Like, you really, you ain't getting no medal. Like, you getting money, so why are you not showing like no medal? Like,
Well, then
the
yeah, and then
interview
they
with Chris
interviewed.
Wong,
Yeah, yeah, that was
bruh, that was so rough.
yeah,
Like 700K, let's talk to you. Nah, I'm so. But
yeah,
yeah,
and I yeah, that's a
oof.
conversation for a different time. So I think this is a good segue because you kind of you spoke on it earlier with the JP,
Hmm.
Ken, and Luke changes. So mini patch just hit today with Ed.
Yep.
I haven't even got to try it yet. Ed looks awesome. I did not like that is probably the one thing I will give credit to Street Fighter 6 about. They had a lot of characters that were like in 5 that I didn't necessarily care about, and in 6 they're awesome. Like Ed's redesign looks fantastic. He's actually a boxer. He's not this weird hybrid psycho person that he was in 5, and he actually, like he's got Dempsey rolls and flickers, and
Yeah.
it super reminds me of Vanessa. So I'm probably biased because you and I both love Vanessa, so it's like I'm with it.
He's definitely
Uh,
cool. I played enough to just look at his buttons and I did his combo trials. And honestly, like he looks cool. Combos are a bit complicated. I'm trying to decide if I want to put any time into them because they're a bit more than I would like to put into a character that I'm not going to try to play seriously.
right.
It's like there's some timing stuff, there's held buttons, that kind of thing, but I don't
Oh
think you
no,
necessarily
there's
need
negative
that.
edge. No.
Yeah, you gotta like there's some stuff, but I don't even know if that's optimal because the way I see people doing it, I see mostly they don't even really do that. They'll use the charge, fierce punch to get like damage and corner carry. So we'll even see, as it
Okay.
develops if it even required that. But it was cool. He looks cool. Um, he doesn't look broke, which is
Yeah.
he looks cool, but doesn't look broken, which so I'm like I'm gonna definitely enjoy watching him. I don't know how much I'll enjoy playing him, but with them as you mentioned, yeah, we got some changes. So I was pulling up the patch notes right now to see what was uh the actual results here. I
It
do,
sounds like Universal, a lot of light punches kind of got nerfed because I saw like Chun's got nerfed. I saw Luke's, I think it was Luke's got nerfed. A lot of like the really good light punches in the game got a slight
yeah.
hit.
I know Ken's his hurt box has got expanded, so you can like whiff punish it easier. Not so that drive rush jab and just guess right may not be as crazy anymore.
Yeah,
And then so, but on the so you can basically stuff it a bit more, and then his throw he gets pushed out a little bit more. He still has throw loops, but now you have to time it. It's not just I'm right next to you,
yeah, yeah.
just mash it type of thing. And then also gave him landing recovery on EX Tatsu, so he can't just escape for free.
Escape out of free, get out of
Yeah,
jail free
like
cards.
if he reacts, you should be able to punish him because he has landing recovery.
Which
So
is funny
yeah,
because I remember Tatsu out of corner being a thing in four,
yeah,
and
but
like it was really strong.
it was really strong, but I think this one's even worse because not only do you get the corner, but not only do you get out the corner, you like get the corner with the way he
Right.
does it now. He's like right there, and now you're in the corner. Whereas at least Tatsu, like in four, he would just fly off, so he get out
Yeah.
the corner, but you're not immediately
You
like,
reset
oh,
neutral
oh
kind of
man,
thing.
yeah. Now I'm like, bro, he just took. Not only did he get out the corner, now I'm in a dangerous position just because he had that. So I like
Yeah.
changes. Let's see what else we got
I'm
here.
generally surprised they don't have like a note like when they're building characters like Tatsu out of corner was good in X game. We should probably remove it from this game or look out for it kind of thing.
Yeah, like let's see, we got some. Let me see
Luke
here.
and JP definitely have to be
L-
the
JP is the one who got hit the hardest. Luke, I
yeah,
don't know how. Um, like we'll see. Like you'll have to see if that three frames is like that big a deal or
yeah,
something like that. And then also the good thing him, same thing. His aerial knuckle has landing frames now. So same
yeah,
thing where he uses that to get out. You can still if you're on it, you should be able to punish.
yeah.
But yeah, we got some slight nerfs to the top tier with Luke, Ken, JP. Chun got a slight nerf too. Um, well, actually not slight nerf, but like that lightning legs damage scaling. So that could be not I don't say a
Which is
huge
so
deal,
weird because it's
but
like I
yeah.
don't see any Chuns really using air legs. Like,
I mean, for the most part, it's used as a throw escape, and I think that's why they wanted it to.
okay,
I think that's why they want to nerf it because they want to be like, you're already getting out. You shouldn't be also be getting big damage on their Oki, which I think is reasonable. Same thing with amnesia. You're getting out.
yeah,
It's relative like it's pretty much a reversal. It's an air involved, so you get you beat throws with it. So I can
yeah,
understand the reasoning on that. They want to treat it like a reversal, and reversals should have some scaling on that. So I
yeah,
understand on that. And then again, people, I had Chun top five prior to this. My tier list came out in January, so I already had
yeah.
him top
I
five. So
agree.
I
I
knew
had
what
him
it
there as
was.
well.
Rashid, what has that? Rashid got some fixes, and then his jab got nerfed a little bit.
Yeah, but I think that I may have read it wrong, but the OD uppercut got
Yeah,
buffed,
yeah, it did. It's now involved to midair attacks until the end of its active frames. Must be
which is really
nice.
good. Yeah,
Must be nice. They could do it for Rashid. Okay, I see. I see. Geef,
not happening, Chris.
Geef
I
got
know you want it. It's not happening.
the Geef got the big. Yeah, just nice. To, yeah, I want to anti-air. Silly me,
It's not happening.
silly
It's
me.
not happening.
Want to anti? I'm anti-air. But Geef get the big damage buff with the OD.
Saw somebody
And
do a
then
video of it already.
yeah, I saw he gets 7K.
It was like 70, yeah, 70%. It was crazy, dude.
Yeah, and same thing with Ryu. Ryu gets 7K like somewhat reasonably. Like it's one of those things where you gotta already have Dingen charge and stuff, but like no, I could do that if I stun you, bro.
Right.
So like, which
Was
definitely
Ryu
happens.
that bad? I don't play Ryu. I
He
don't see
was
enough of him.
he was like was he that bad? I don't think so. But there was also unless you just love Ryu, no reason to play him. So it's one of I think it was one of those things like there was no reason to play him if you didn't just love Ryu, which is not here. So I think that was now they're giving him the reason to play. Like if you want to play a Shoto but you want to be the guy who hits like a tank, you want the Marissa damage but you don't want to play Marissa. Now there's kind of a reason to play him right now.
You want
So
Marissa, but want an anti-air.
yeah, yeah, exactly. You like the hit like you like Ryu. You want to hit like a tank, but okay, he hits like a tank, but so does Ken for for way less of those problems. But now I guess it makes it worth the problems because you can sneeze into 6K. So
Right.
yeah, I could see it. We'll see how it plays out. Like if I start seeing more reuse on here, but yeah, I think the overall the patch, like I haven't got to play yet, so we'll see how I feel about it when I get to actually play. But I like I haven't seen anything where I'm like, wow, that's egregious, that's crazy, what are you doing? But no, I like that. I'm actually surprised about the Jamie buffs. Like,
Yeah.
not that they gave him the drink and throw, but the fact that they gave him level 2 and keeping drink, that seems like a significant change. So for them
So
to make that
what
here.
did it do before?
Oh, so previously, when you level 2, if you had any drink levels to that point, when you're level 2 over, when their level 2 ends, you went back to 0 drinks. So you could be at level 4 and maybe you did like, bad move, snap, I break dance, I didn't mean to, or whatever, or I meant to go through a projectile, didn't go through. I'm a level 2 to save myself, for example,
Yeah.
because usually like there's not a lot of reasons to go into level 2 if you already have drinks. But let's say something like that happened. Once that level 2, that timer goes down, you're back at 0 drinks, starting all over. Now you keep your drink level. So if you're at, maybe I have 2 drinks and I want to get some more damage, I go into level 2 and briefly go up and get some damage, and now I come back, I'm still at 2 drinks. I'm not going back to 0 drinks, which is literally you lose. You have no extra special moves, you have no target combos, and you do, I think it's like 10% less damage than the rest of the cast. Like you don't, so yeah, that's a big deal. Um, and then, like I said, with the throw, forward throw, you can hold the button now, and he'll automatically take a drink. You're giving up some Oki you're giving up Oki out of the mid screen, but you're still plus. And then in the corner, you can still get you're still plus, and you can get some stuff there. And then I think it's like from drink 3 to drink 4, you can still drink and then get Oki. So you can go full drunk and then get Oki. So, again, not gonna make him monster because his issue isn't just getting drinks. His issue is matchups as well. Like even at 2 drinks where he becomes a real character, where he has all his special moves and he does regular damage, he's still gonna have the same bad matchups he has. Guile's still gonna eat his cereal every time and it's gonna be a problem. So he's still gonna have those same issues, but now
Yeah,
he
because they
gets to
didn't
become
like
a
buff
real
any of his
character quickly.
buttons or
Yeah, no button buffs, no special moves buffs, no dive kick buffs, not making EX breakdance easier to react to projectiles, not making palms beat projectile. Um, like he's still gonna have those same issues he has, but
yeah.
he'll become a real character quicker and stay a real character, which is a big deal because the way it is now, it kind of feels like you build a level 3 once with him, and then once you got, God forbid you're behind a round and you gotta use your level 3, and now you're like, well, now I'm going to round 3 and I'm just
Yeah. No drinks, no level
no
3.
drinks, no level 3. I'm just now, hey, level 2 now becomes real because okay, now if I have to use level 2 or I can use level 2, I'm not now I'm not starting over at like I'm not becoming a round start at the mid round. So the way I'm talking makes me feel like I might play a little bit more Jamie. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but like I like the fact that he got buffed.
Right. Well, it's funny though because he's supposed to be like really good at neutral, but then he loses to other characters that are better at neutral.
Yeah, and then like his issue like all like guy like through getting him to master that guile was so bad because everything about him that goes around projectiles is very slow. The hitboxes are bad. His dive kick hitbox is like at his knee. Breakdance goes through projectiles, but you cannot react to it. You have to just straight predict. Like even with EX, you cannot react to a projectile. You have to just be like, I think a projectile is coming now and do it. So
Yeah.
it's not something that's reliable. So when you play a guile, like you just get lamed out. There's nothing you can do. You get him once and just hope that you can mix them.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. So we talked about the mini patch. What are your hopes for season 2?
Season 2, my hopes are Akima's fun but not too crazy. Because you never know with him.
Yeah.
He's a wild card every time. He's gonna be
Everybody's always
good
wanting
at least.
Akuma, and I'm like, bruh, like let Akuma like you gotta be super careful with him
Yeah.
because
So
he comes
yeah,
out and he's like I feel like he's one of those characters where like he's either top tier running shit or he's like bottom tier. There is no
yeah,
in between with him.
and usually it's the former.
Yeah.
Usually
Yeah,
he's top tier on running shit, or like even if he's not top tier running shit, he's always like A tier at at the least.
yeah.
And like the
Because like
games where
third
he's
strike, he's
not,
what, A tier, right?
yeah, and the games that he's not, it's because the game is like it's not a regular street like CVS 2 or something.
Yeah,
Like he's good in alpha, he's good in ST, he's banned in ST, he's
yeah,
banned in HDR, good in just a double impact. He was top tier. Third strike, he's like high tier ish.
yeah.
Uh, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter
I mean, hell,
5.
he's even good in Marvel 3, bro.
Yeah, like he's play like you can play him in Marvel through like, bro, like he's it's the tool set is what it is, and the fact that he always has bad life is not like that's the
Yeah,
equalizer.
that
That's
is
not
not a good
yeah,
compensation.
that's the equalizer. So he's probably gonna end up being the first character to have 900 life,
Yeah,
like because of like that, and
and they always do that, but I'm like, bro, it's never enough. Because it's like you
but
got to get to him.
it's enough that you always got a shot though, especially this game. Like,
Right.
cause
Oh yeah.
that's a two touch for most characters.
Yeah.
So it's
Absolutely.
always up to you. Always got a shot. But outside of that, I'm hoping for. I think I said Makoto. I'm hoping for probably. I think I'm gonna say Sodom from Alpha just because he hasn't shown up in any game or something. Actually, no. Someone mentioned Eagle. Eagle could be cool, but
Yeah.
I want a character that I haven't seen in a little while. Um, at least one new character. Here preferably two, and
Because
then
if we get Makoto, we're probably not going to get Sodom because Sodom's a grappler-esque type
yeah,
character, isn't he?
a little bit, yeah. He's like a poke. So I'm thinking, well, I'm thinking probably a couple third strike, a couple. If we do six again, so I'm thinking third strike, alpha, maybe a returning Street Fighter 4 character. Before, I'm thinking Viper.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
thinking
waiting.
Makoto. Um, then I'm thinking like so that's it. Sodom just because he hasn't been around in a minute. Eagle would be cool, and then like one or two original characters is who I'm thinking. But they might throw a Street Fighter 5 character in there. So, but yes, Viper, come on, like she would be so
Right.
cool in this system, bro.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like, man, she is like built for this game.
Yeah, she'd be so cool in this system. And then, yeah, of course, let me get some Kimberly buff, bro. I'm at this point, I don't think we're gonna get. I've already given up on that. We get the EX, the Tatsu from beta.
Yeah.
I've long given up on that. But what I think is going to happen because I feel like they're going to double down on their decision to make her defense whack and her offense good. But I think they need to,
Hmm.
if they're going to do that, they have to make her offense better because right now she does like you have to work to do like a lot of the things that people just have. Like she didn't have a built-in mix move like a Jinrai kick. She
Right.
doesn't have just offense where even if you not like run even if it's like safe, it can just get interrupted. Like I'm not saying it's got to be just I'm plus all the time, but it should be where you got to guess something
Yeah.
like
I
here.
agree.
So I feel like that's how it's going to happen. So and then yes, level 1 needs to be better because right now 12 frames is way too slow. You shouldn't be able to meaty jab it for free.
Yeah. Right.
Um, besides that, then yeah, just there. I think they have to figure out characters shouldn't be good at everything, and
Right.
they have to figure that out. So yes, these buffs are a start, but there should be something. And honestly, JPs are pretty like he should get. You want some new stuff too, so that's the thing. Like if they're gonna like, I want him to have something new. I don't want it to just be just a balance patch. I want to have like a new move or something like that. So that is, but like Ken's too good everywhere. So
Yeah.
he needs to be nerfed somewhere. Like he shouldn't be great at neutral, great at mid range, and great up close.
Yeah.
Something's gotta
And
give.
defense.
Yeah, something's gotta give there. Like Dragon Lash shouldn't beat highs and lows. like
Yeah.
like that's a Tekken move.
Yeah.
That
And I
move
think
is
that's something
crazy.
that people forget about too is like when they put characters in a tier list, they forget about defense as well.
Yeah.
Where like I remember like in 4, like Faye was really good overall, but like he was really also really good too because like his uppercut was backwards DP, so you could do it from a block. You don't even have to
Yeah.
go, forward with it, and people forget about things like that. So I feel like Ken kind of has that where he has everything, And I feel like JP had that too until now. We'll see. I don't want
Yeah,
to,
it feels like
you know,
yeah, we'll
count
see.
the chickens before the eggs hatch.
Yeah, it feels like they did like the thing where you should do with him. Like he shouldn't be godlike up close. He shouldn't own this entire range and zone you and have the
Yeah.
best reversal in the game.
He
So
should
it's
be
like
like Sim.
yeah, so
Like,
they
bro, you want
base
to play this full screen game all the
exactly.
time? Cool. But if
So
I get in, bro,
so it feels like they did that like a little bit where they
yeah,
like made him to like now okay I can't just swing this move like you have to place it because I can whiff punish it now and
yeah,
so like that's definitely I feel like they're going the right direction. Again, I'm not a
yeah.
JP like the JP players. I've seen them tweet a little bit. Nothing where I've seen them talking, but it hasn't looked crazy. They're like, "Oh my god, this
And that's
character's
what patches
dead,"
should be.
but they have acknowledged that is this is a significant nerf, and I'm like, that means that
Yeah.
sounds good to me.
Yeah, and like I don't want to like neuter characters. I don't want like people to not be able to play the game. Like,
Yeah,
yo, this is my character and they butchered him so bad that I can't even play. That's
yeah.
definitely not what I want out of, patches. So, season 2, what are your thoughts on Perry?
I like Perry as is right now. I don't have a lot of issues, a lot of them, but I also come from a third strike background, so here now, if they make some changes to Perry, I'm not gonna be upset either. If they did, I think one thing that would be uh, good is maybe putting a directional parry, so you have to do highs and low parries
Yeah,
versus
that's
just
my
press a
thought too.
button.
Like, man, if you could just down and parry or even down back or
Yeah, like you
something of
actually
that
have to,
nature.
yeah, because even if they kept it exactly as it, but you had a direction, I'd still be like, okay, well, you actually have to guess on what this mid or low
Yeah,
here on. But also, I've seen suggestions about parries having a bit more recovery so that they can be thrown more often when they guess
yeah,
on them. I'm kind of with that too. I'm kind of with that too. As long as they don't make it anything egregious, but yeah, I think that you should have a little bit more recovery. I don't think it should just be free. I don't think it's just
yeah,
I parried and you didn't hit the parry, so now it's just a free throw like I get all day. But I think it should be a if you're paying attention, and you got to throw on there it should you should be able to get a throw in there
yeah.
or punish like some counter hit recovery or something of that nature. I think that would be thing. But overall, like I don't have like I want more new stuff and then and then you know buff the lower guys a little bit. I don't think you
Hmm.
should just I don't like Drill, you pick Zangief. This is the life you chose.
Yeah,
Geef has been Geef.
yeah.
Yeah,
Geef on Geef.
yes, as a grappler, you should have to work hard to get in, and no, you're not guaranteed to stay in when you get in. You get in and you take your chances. You do what you do, but no, it
That's
shouldn't
the
be like,
point of
oh,
playing a
you got
grappler.
in and now you're guaranteed to stay in. That's not how it
Yeah,
works, bro. It's not like you get in.
that's a
Like,
grappler 101.
yeah.
Like,
So you should have to work. It shouldn't be like, oh, Geef is just top. Nah, Geef should always be honestly C B tier.
yeah,
I think he should have some things for sure. I think he should have. I don't want to say I don't Larry go through projectiles maybe because I don't I think Greenhand would be kind of crazy
yeah.
in this
Bro,
game.
Lariat's so like,
But Larry through projectiles, I think that should be a thing maybe. Um,
you look at Lariat in 6 compared to old Lariat in
yeah,
any other game, and it's just sad, dude. Like, it doesn't
yeah,
even hit cross up anymore.
yeah.
So like you jump in and you go deep enough and it doesn't even hit them, and it's just
I'm
like,
like I'm not gonna lie, I'm with it.
yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing because
I'm
I
not. I'm
hate
actually
fighting Keith. So
because at that point, like yes, the Russian skies and blah blah blah, but you also got anti. Like you shouldn't all like the thing. Like you can't also have God like Lariat and level one and
yeah,
armor. Like you can't have all the ways to beat the air. You got to pick something. So if you want level one to be good, Lariat should take the sacrifice. The same way what they did with JP. Like not only is crouching fierce a great button, but it also has anti-air invulnerability. It shouldn't be like either everyone or if you're gonna do that, let and yes, I'm biased, but let me get that too. Let a lot of other people get that type of thing where they have a good anti-air button, but it's not upper body invul, so it can be stuffed. That's why Doob got hit because
yeah,
Guile Crouching Fierce is a good button. It's way up here, but also It doesn't have upper body invul, so it can get traded. It just unfortunately got stuffed because Luke is broken. But
Yeah.
that's the way Guile should work, in my opinion, because you
Yeah.
got flash kick. So yeah, you shouldn't also have all the godlike anti-air buttons when you have a flash kick.
Yeah.
So
One of the best anti-airs ever.
ever, yeah. So you can't, yeah, you shouldn't have both. So I think that's working. It feels like they're working in the right direction. So I'm looking forward to season two. Um, the main thing it feels like we got to figure out is how events and keeping interest throughout the year. Because like I said, I'm still, when I play, if I play tonight, I'm definitely gonna play some Street Fighter, but I'm probably still gonna end the night with some Tekken.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. I saw you been grinding Tekken like crazy. I
it's
saw you hit some level. I don't know what it is because I don't play Tekken. But I was like, yeah, I see the hard work's paying
yeah,
off.
it's higher than I was before, and it seems to be at the like at the level of my friends who have been playing, who got some extra time on me. I'm kind of around, like they're kind of around the same rank, so I'm like, okay, I'm kind of keeping up, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bro, when me and Peter are
You're also a
playing,
really good player in everything you play. So
but Tekken is so different. Like, as I keep saying, the game don't make sense. Plus frames are like I thought that that meme where it says plus frame you're only minus if you're a bitch. I thought that was about pressing DP or mashing on plus frames because you had to read. Nah, they talking about Tekken, bro. Test what plus frames? What's that? What's plus frames to a sidestep? Your
right.
your
It's very true. I
your
mean, that's
plus
3D as a
four
whole,
plus four don't mean a damn thing, bro.
which
So,
is crazy to think about.
yeah,
But I mean, like jabs are what 10 frames in that game.
yeah. So, but that's the thing. But so yeah, plus four means something if you're gonna press a button the same time as me. But if you just sidestep, who cares?
Yeah,
Like that's
for sure.
the that don't like all my life I know is I'm plus four in 2D. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Plus
Oh,
four means
absolutely.
I do whatever I want pretty much in
Bro, I'm
2D.
excited when like Juri, like I'm +2 on a button. I'm
Like
like,
yeah,
yo,
bro,
+2.
plus two is
Don't press
crazy.
anything down.
Nah, plus two is like yo, you gonna risk this?
Yep.
Where
You,
plus like bro, I'm plus and I'm guessing in Tekken. Like what are you
yeah.
talking about? I'm plus and it's I gotta guess.
That was one of my favorite things with Karen in 5 because like Karen's shoulder was -2. So people would know that, but then you EXDP after it and you're
Yeah,
like, don't touch that, bro.
but that's the same thing. Like I said, that's a DP. That's a very risky thing.
Yeah.
Nah, Tekken, it's like, nah, just do it. Like, you
Yeah.
just sidestep it. So but the game is fun and Reina's cool, and I have something in that game which it reminds me of Jinrai, whereas Reina's forward forward 2 in that game has follow-ups, and depending on the follow-up, like, okay, this follow-up's immediate, so if you jab it, I'm gonna eat your jab. If you
Yeah.
can sidestep it, but if you sidestep it, I can press, maybe I press this button because I know you're sidestepping. It's like a Jinrai type of thing, though it's not as strong because you got a guess parry against Jinrai, but against this you have to guess, okay, my stepping, etc. But you have a built-in mix in that one move. You have built-in mix where they have to guess too. Kimberly didn't have that right now, so
Right. So
that's
for
like
our
I have that
non-Tekken
thing.
players, when he says sidestep, he means like you can go into the foreground or background,
Yeah, like
and
you
you can't
can
do that in
you can do
2D
this,
games.
yeah.
Yeah. So
2D
that's what he's referring
here,
to. Yeah.
2D's here. We're just up, you go up, and then we go forward. That's it.
Yeah. Different
3D,
axis.
3D, you get this. Same way if you were boxing, you slip the head.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
it's
back
it's
to
always
Street Fighter.
different.
So season 2, I'm hoping for Viper, of course. I want either one of the twins. I don't think they're gonna happen because
Yeah,
Jamie's
Jamie.
in the game
Yeah,
and he's literally supposed to be them. I
yeah.
think Gen would be awesome, but Gen's
Ooh, I
dead.
haven't thought about Gin. That could be cool.
So
I
I don't
mean,
know how
Gin Junior,
canon they're sticking
whatever
to
Gin.
things.
Yeah,
And
Gin Junior or
yeah,
something.
yeah, Gen would be awesome. The double kind of stance thing. Um, I don't think Karen will make it into 6. I would love. I mean, of course, Fei Long. Fei Long's my number one. But I don't know if we're ever gonna get Fei in a Street Fighter
Yeah,
again.
weren't there issues with the family on that?
And then they said there was issues with it, but then the family came out afterwards and basically was like, "Yeah, we don't care.
Okay.
They're like, do what you do." Like, it's kind of like an honor because I'm like, if that's the case, like, I feel like people would be a lot more upset with Law than Fei
Yeah, because they
Long because
don't try
Law
to,
is
bro.
literally
They don't try to hide it at all.
yeah, he's literally Bruce Lee.
Like
So
Faye at least has kind of his own story, his own personality, like a little bit.
yeah,
Martial law is literally like every Bruce Lee stereotype is
yeah,
100% like still Eh,
That I'm curious if we're ever gonna get an actual Rekka character again in Street Fighter, because like I know Jamie has them, but they're like easy input Rekka.
I'd be surprised, honestly. I think
Yeah,
everyone's going to end up having the and honestly, is it doesn't like who like like outside of like when you have to kind of space it, you have to time it a little bit with Faye and Four, so you can get like the extra carry and everything like that and link it. But
yeah,
outside of that, typically no one's missing a Rekka once you have it. You
yeah.
can mash it. So it's honestly, I'm
That's
kind of,
true.
unless they have those type of combos, I'm kind of like whatever when it comes to the fact that it's easy input now on in that
Yeah,
particular situation. Get the first fireball, press the buttons.
yeah. So characters, of course, I'd love to see some new characters. I feel like Capcom's been doing great with the new characters. As of late, let's not talk about Rufus or some of these other characters from four.
I like the review.
Like I know
Rufus is
some people
fun.
want Apple back, but I'm like, dude, Apple, like he was just so basic. I just want it more.
But no, but every character that's come back though, their redesign has been like so. Honestly,
Agreed.
I could see that
Agreed.
being a good idea, being like, hey, these are the characters. Honestly, in that situation, then I want what's his face? What's the oil guy?
Oh, Hakan? No,
Yeah,
I'm good on
yeah.
that, bro.
Actually, you know what? Let me get.
I want El Forte before I want Hakan.
Oof, nah. I don't. El Forte in this game, nah, bro. I don't want El Forte de- drive rush, drive rush in the splash.
Now we just picture Forte running across the screen
Drive rush,
instantly.
drive rush in the run into splash, bro. No. Oh my
Yes.
God. What about runs like fierce loops into drive rush into fierce loop into drive rush into fierce loop?
Yeah, I'm
Nah,
okay with it.
that sounds crazy.
So new characters, the parry mechanic we kind of already talked about. To kind of go on that more, I don't think you should be able to perfect parry jabs and stuff like that. Because in my opinion, Street Fighter like 101 is like jabs are supposed to be more safe. And there's no worse feeling than throwing out a jab and then your turn gets switched because they perfect parried it, and you're like,
Uh,
great, all I did was jab.
I
I got blown up
I
for it.
disagree, but what I might think is maybe I think I would be down with is if they made it so that it's your turn if you parry it. So maybe I'm like, okay, you're not automatically thrown into the corner and now it's oh shit. But maybe
Okay,
it's
so
like
like
maybe
maybe
you're
numbers change.
yeah, maybe you're +3 there. So okay, now it's automatically my turn
Yeah.
on that. I think I'd be cool with that, but because I don't want to just be like, I don't think it should never be where, especially with characters like Cammy, where I'm like, oh, I just gotta take these jabs.
Yeah, that's
So
fair. And then I do want to see punish counters on drive rush. Like if you check a drive rush, I think you should be in a punish counter state. I know Punk talked about that. I thought that was a really good
I've
change.
heard that. I still don't know how I feel
Um,
about it.
yeah,
I
I
feel
think
like
it's
there
it's
should be
high
something
risk,
with
high
Drive
reward.
Rush. I feel like there should be something with Drive Rush, but because like punish counter is so much, and
Yeah,
that's where I'm like, the one that's gonna automatically slow the game down, and two, I'm like, it's you don't get that big of a reward like for Drive Rush. Like Drive Rush is I get a combo because it's already scaled, so I get a
yeah,
combo, I get a knockdown, I get Oki. So yes, they're big rewards, but if I punish counter you and I got level 3, your my reward for waiting for you to drive rush one time is gonna be 6k off that.
yeah,
So that's where I like I see some. I think that I agree. I don't necessarily agree, but I'm okay with something happening in drive rush. But I think that one's a little much.
yeah.
And
Okay, we're coming up on an hour, so we're trying to keep this to an hour for everybody. Because I know last time we went a little bit crazy with it, so we're roughly at an hour right now. So real quick, what is your hopes for Kimberly?
um, my hopes for Kimberly, my realistic hopes for Kimberly, better level one, just faster level one, so you can't meaty jab it. Like if I guess right, you gotta hold that. The ability to hold the button to not spin the can if I don't want to, like Juri can. Um, buffed anti-air Tatsu. I don't think we're getting EX reversal Tatsu back.
Hmm.
But buffed anti-air Tatsu. Um, besides that, just better offense. Like right now, her offense I think is decent, but for the the deficit she has to have characters that are doing stuff like Ken and Luke and Juri and Cammy and Rashid and stuff like that who don't have the same deficit she has. I think that means her offense needs to be better. So maybe make her run stops better. So yeah, okay, they're still negative, but you just can't stuff her out of everyone.
Yeah.
Make her stand strong a little bit further because right now her max range counter buttons she can't confirm. So that's just
So she literally suffers from what like Guy had
yeah, where
in
like
4.
yeah, like I can get like a counter hit jab from range and my stand strong is gonna whiff, so I literally get
Yeah.
nothing. So something like
Yeah. I
that.
remember Guy having that in 4 where like you'd try to do his target combo and like the second hit would whiff because
Yeah.
it just was nubby.
Yeah, so something better with that. And then make level 2 have a use outside of combos. Right now it's literally only used to kill.
Yeah.
Make it so that you can actually react to projectiles, or make it so that it can be make it like Makoto's super where okay, maybe I can't do that but I can use it to get out the corner because right
Yeah.
now I'm free to the corner. So
Yeah.
those would be my main things. I think Kimberly is mid tier right now. I didn't think she was ever going to be top tier, honestly, based on what I've seen from the beta. I
That
thought
had to be
people
the
didn't know how to fight
craziest
her.
thing. I've never seen, I don't want to say never.
Yeah.
Watching developers and like nerf characters before the game is even out is the
Mm.
craziest thing to me.
Yeah.
Like,
She in my opinion would never. She would have been like top. She would not top tier, but she would have been like A tier. She would have
yeah,
been
and that's
around.
how like I had it happen in Overwatch because I
Yeah.
played Junker Queen in Overwatch because I tank a lot. Like tank's probably my favorite role, and they had Junker Queen available for like the pro scene for a
Mm.
few months before she got actually released, and they nerfed her based off the pro scene before the game even came out. I'm like, bruh, like that's crazy. People haven't even got to play the character yet, and you're nerfing her.
Yeah. So those are I think my Kimberly myself. I just think her offense should make it so that you have to guess, and that's the main thing. Like when Ken's up close, as soon as he's up close, you have to guess. You have to be
Yeah,
like, you have to deal with Jinrai. Like it should be like if Kimberly gets in close, you have to deal with Run, and
yeah,
make it so okay now like because her slide's already very negative. So if you guess right, you get the big advantage. But it should be that yeah, I can get an overhead off, and you have to guess at that point because I was able to get in, and so either make it so that when I get in you have to guess, or make it easier for me to get in. It should be one or the other in my opinion. So if you don't do it that way, make teleport better, make EX teleport involve sooner so that I don't get clipped by every projectile even though I guess right.
yeah,
Something of that. So it should be like there should be either make it easier for me to get in and make it and so that I can start something, or make it so that when I do get in, what I'm starting is stronger than what the characters who aren't designed around this. Like Ken's still gonna have DP. Ken's still gonna have his buttons.
yeah,
So I'm not gonna ever have those, as Kimberly's not designed around that. So they're not gonna just be like, oh, something. They're not gonna make crouching medium just crazy all of a sudden.
yeah.
So what she
Uh,
has, make it better, and that would be all I need. I'm not asking for a lot because I think as a character she's already decent. Like it can be done. It's at that point it's just me getting better as a player. Like we've seen that it can be done, so it's just here. But she should, regardless of that, definitely have some ups, and that's all I want to see. And then of course
yeah,
yes, put some of my favorite characters from the past in there. But if you
yeah.
don't,
So
I don't have
Journey's pretty
to lose
straightforward.
focus.
Yeah, yeah. So Jury's pretty straightforward. I wish they would make dive kick. I would have different strengths because right now you use any
Mhm.
dive kick, they're all the
I
same
agree with
strength.
that. I agree with that.
I would love to be able to like bait DPs. Like, oh, you thought I was gonna dive kick, into you, and instead I went short, and now I get to punish you for it.
100%.
Outside of that, maybe making where like a more reliable 3 hit confirm off of her jab, but that's about it. Because I think just by every other character getting nerfs, I think Jury will get better because I already do feel like Jury is very strong,
Hmm.
and I wouldn't change a lot about her, which is very rare because I feel like she's very balanced actually. As far as like how I would design a character to be good in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Like she's got all the tools you'd want, but I don't feel like you fight Jury and go, man, this character's crazy
Yeah. I think there should be
kind
like
of
a
thing.
few, like, she should get like a couple things changed, and that's it. And I honestly, I think they did the main one, which is, I think Crouch Strong, the push weight, because her buttons are go good and her drive rush is
Yeah,
so good. I think that's good. I think Fireball should have a bit more recovery, so that it can't be as soon as you throw a Fireball, you're recovering, I'm getting DP'd.
yeah,
Um, And then
I
I
said
agree.
Fireball was not good,
Yeah,
and then that Ume literally won a set
yeah,
off the damn Fireball on the
yes, that
ground.
fireball coming. Yeah,
Like
but
I'm like this Fireball is so trash, and then like it wins a match off of it, and I'm like, of course, Capcom Cup was literally every anti thing I said the last podcast. So don't listen to me. Just play the game. All
yeah.
right, so we got to wrap it up here. We've hit our hour mark. I'm so happy that everybody joined us for our journey today. It's also Thursday, so keep in mind that we have our Moon Marauders Community Night happening. It's every Thursday. We are in Hub 23. It usually starts around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, so I hope you guys can join us. Any final words, Chris?
Uh, Thanks for joining us for the Capcom recap. Come see us in a couple weeks. Come see me in some Tekken. But also, if you play, I mean, I'm gonna need to fight Ed. So if you got a good Ed, holla at me because Winter Showdown's coming up. And if you play 2B and you got a good 2B in Grand Blue, I still have not fought her yet. So holla at me. I need to practice up because Moon Marauders are trying to take Winter Showdown and Street Fighter 6 and Grand Blue. So
Hey, and maybe
uh,
we can get somebody on here that plays Tekken more. I'm not a big Tekken guy, so maybe we can get somebody on here with Chris, and you guys can
nah,
go over a
I don't
Tekken
want
show.
anyone who
And
actually knows how to play Tekken on here with me because I don't know what I'm doing, bro.
no, you would just switch. You would switch seats. You would be me, and then you'd be talking to somebody that knows how to play Tekken.
Oh, maybe it's gonna be a little bit though, cause I'm still learning some things. I
Yeah.
could like I said, the game don't make no sense to me right now, but I'm playing it because it's fun and Reina's cool.
Hey, that's the point. That's what Moon Marauders is for. We're here to make everybody better, and I would definitely love to get the Tekken crowd, larger. Right now, we're just doing Street Fighter nights, but I'd definitely love to get some Tekken nights going as well. So, thanks again for everybody that came and hung out with us for this last hour.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Peace.